Yeah, everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Easy Forex back again, and I'll be doing my weekly analysis, which is end of the week, what to expect in the next week. And from this pair, I'm starting with GBP USD. So this is literally going to help us know what we are expecting in the coming week. Top-down analysis, clean, starting from the monthly time frame. What are we expecting? So you can see that from the monthly time frame, we had a beautiful structure here, like a double top formation kind of structure here. I think this was 2021 April, 2021 February to April. Then we pushed to the downside. So clean, so clean, so clean. We know what we're expecting on this pair. We've been pushing to the downside since 2021 February. We've been pushing to the downside. We've been pushing to the downside, and we'll go down to the lower time frame. Most likely, we're expecting price to obey the 90% rule and stop at this point here, this price level here. In the monthly, we're expecting price to obey 90% rule and most likely stop around this price point here. Most likely, we're expecting price to push down to this level. So, really be advising to look for sales. If you are trading the higher time frame, you should be looking for all sales. You'll be looking for all sales. That's about 700 plus pips. So go down to the weekly. Let's see what the weekly has for us. So in the weekly, what can we see? From the weekly, it is clear that we're in a trend. Using the trend strategy, because that's my best strategy, it helps you know what position we are in the market. It helps you know what is going on currently in the market. So using the trend strategy, we know that we are in a downward push. So clear. We're in a downward push. Go back to the daily. We're still falling. The downward push, though price is reacting to this. Remember to always look left in your chart. Price is reacting to this kind of zone. You know what this zone is? This is a liquidity zone. There's a lot of liquidity investors that were waiting here. Big time investors, banks waiting here. So price is reacting to it, but most likely we are still pushing to the downside. So we go over to the daily time frame. What did we see in the daily time frame? In our daily, we saw price react to this point here where we had a little touch on the last price. So clean structures forming. I took this trade though, but I didn't hold for that long. Held for about 2 days and closed out on a good position, cut some few pips. And now it is clear that the weekly closed bearish, the daily previous daily closed with an indecision candlestick, and then price pushed down and rejected this trend zone. So most likely price, I'm expecting price to still push down to this price point here before we start looking at the upward push price to the upside to this level. So price is still coming down at this break of structure, trend rejection. Go back to the 4 hour, we can see the rejection of price. Let's see what we saw again on the daily. Saw something clean on the daily, which is this price of rejecting this support and resistance line. See price is rejecting this support and resistance line. So what I'm expecting to see is that to happen, and trust me, that's going to happen. So price rejected, came back to this point, rejected one, rejected this other zone here, now rejected this, giving us a 3 rejection points. So most likely price will be pushing to the downside. That's what we are going to see on this coming week. Price will be pushing to the downside and go down to the 4 should tell us everything that we need to see. So on our 4-hour chart, we're having a kind of bearish structure here. Price rejected this point. Now price has been pushing to the downside. So most likely the new coming week, expecting to sell around this level, wait for price to take up to this point, then sell around these points, or we'll be pushing to the downside this coming week. So that's the structure I see. We go over to the next pair, which is the NZDCHF. That's one of my best pair, the NZDCHF. New Zealand Swiss franc. So in the NZDCHF, on the weekly time frame, we've seen bearish structure, price pushing to the downside, pushing, price hasn't stopped pushing to the downside. My God. So go over to the daily. Well, we should know where we currently are. In the daily, we are bullish. In the daily, we've been bullish. In the daily, we have been bullish. Sorry for that point there. We've been bullish in the daily. In our daily time frame, we've been bullish, and price broke structures at this point here. Price broke structures at this point here. So most likely, price now broke structures, and they are coming to the downside. This acted as a resistance. Price broke structures from the daily, and see price pushing to the downside. So obviously, price has broken structures. We did the retest, and price now is pushing to the downside. In the 4-hour, what do we see? On the 4-hour time frame, we see that price truly did break structures, and price pushing to the price here. We had to cater for this. Remember trend strategy. We cater for the top and the downside. So price broke structure, did the retest. Now price is pushing to the downside. So price even rejected this price level here in the downside. To make the chart clear, price rejected this level in the downside, and we are still pushing. Price rejected here. Pure market structure. Price rejected. This is like a head, clean head and shoulder look. See this. Look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. Price is pushing to the downside, bro. Price is pushing to the downside. So clean. This is price pushing to the downside. I love this. So basic, you won't just move straight. We had a rejection to this neckline zone, and now price is coming down again. So the coming week, we're expecting price to push to the downside. Once you've seen price react to finish rejecting, and price has rejected this zone at the break of this point here, this line, I'll be taking my sells to the downside. So price will be selling beautifully, selling. Remember, generally we are bearish. In the monthly we are bearish, in the weekly we are bearish. It was only the daily we had a bullish move. So the downward push will be far quicker and faster than the bullish move. We go over to the next pair, which is the USDCHF, the greenback Swiss franc CHF. So that's the next pair we're taking. Almost the same structure. We go over from the weekly. Let's see what the weekly had. In the weekly, we've been having a kind of bearish flag pattern. It's so clear. We've been having the bearish flag pattern. Look at this. Kind of bearish triangle. Looking like a bearish triangle kind of pattern. Then price did a fake out. Whoa, took people out. Fake out. We thought we were going up at this point. Price gave a clean fake out. With this fake out, I'm sure a lot of people blew their account. People that like shifting their stop loss. Fake out. And then price is pushing to the downside. That's why it's good to do a top down analysis. You would have clearly known that this is just for liquidity grab at this point here. This was just for liquidity grab at this point. So price, expecting price to still push to the downside in the coming week. Look at the daily. Let's see what the daily had. Price still rejecting, even the daily giving us a bearish structure. The daily is still giving us a bearish structure. Contraction within this triangle, bearish structure. So most likely price will be pushing to the downside. But where are we going to make entries? I would wait for the week rejection at this price point, and at this level sort of enter my trade at this level. This is my key point at this level here, around this point here. Around this point here, I've been entering my trade, expecting price to give us this kind of pattern. Expecting price to give us that, and then tap to the downside. That's what I'll be expecting to see on the USD Swiss franc. 4 hours complete it, gives us the same thing. See the bullish structure in the 4 hours. You can actually see the bullish structure in the 4 hours. So I'm expecting price for that formation. If price doesn't reach, price has to reach this liquidity zone around this point here, or most likely price will be rejecting from here around here. So expecting this move around here, expecting this move from the lower time frame. We can see where our entries, because that's where we make our entries, from the lower time frame. So we can see that price will push to this point, and then we take our sell position. Advisable to take the sell, not the buy. So I'll rather wait and take my sell for that pair. Now we move over to the next pair, the USD-CAD. Move over to the USD-CAD. Now USD-CAD should be giving us the same structure, not necessarily the same. Just kidding. So we have this almost similar looking structures. We had the rejection at this point here. Had rejection 1, rejection 2 at this point here. Then price pushed to the downside. Now we are having a rally and a beautiful rejections in the monthly. So most likely I'm expecting a downward push of price pushing to the downside, dancing to the downside, bro. We're going to be dancing to the downside. Move over to the weekly, same bearish structure. See three top touch at this point here. So this is a clear price structure. So most likely be entering my sell at the break of the neckline in this coming week. Most likely will be breaking this neckline this coming week. Yeah, this coming week. Yeah, that's where I advise you to take your trade from. Once you break the neckline, yeah, you can take your sell. We'll be dancing down, bro. We'll be dancing down. Look at this structure. Look at this push. Look at this first push, second push, third push. Price gave us clean structures here. So most likely waiting for the break of this zone, and then I'll be taking my short. I'll be shorting from this price level with stop loss on a good position. Stop loss really tight. Go over to the 4 hour. Go over to a 4 hours to make our clean entries there. Now on our 4 hour, we can actually see price giving us a kind of upside down head and shoulder. Guess what? This is to take people out. This upside down head and shoulder is to take people out. Clean. It's to take people out. Top down analysis is king. This is going to take people out. Most likely will come up to this level to give the basic weak rejection, but this is where we are stopping. You can still take your trades. Yeah, you can still take your trades. For swing traders, we may be buying up to this point, and then price would fall massively up to this, down below. So that's what I'm expecting in the USD card. Then Euro GBP, which is our last pair for this video. Euro GBP. Now Euro GBP, what can we see? Euro GBP is my sweet pair. I love that pair. I love it. So a bearish kind of rally looking, but most likely currently moving to the upside. We move over to the weekly. That was for the monthly. We move over to the weekly. Still the same thing as we can see. This is an expanding wedge. We should be pushing. We should really be pushing to the downside. So move over to the daily. What can we see? Daily rejecting. Give us an upside down head and shoulder. Give us an upside down head and shoulders. At that point there, give us an upside down head and shoulder, and then price rejected from this price point here. Had a beautiful rejection from this price point. This is the daily time frame, guys. So price rejected from here, and then most likely we'll be pushing, since there was a break-in, we'll be pushing to the downside. I'm expecting price to push to the downside coming this new week. Price will pushing, and look for a strategic position in the lower time frame to take my trade. So this week I'm taking sales on Euro GBP. That's what I've been taking this week. Go over to the 4 hour to confirm our confluences. Exactly. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Look at this. So clean. So clean. This is a bearish structure. This is a bearish structure. This is a good bearish structure. Clean bearish structure. I'm to take my shots. The week starts. We put in my sell limit at this point here, and then stop loss really tight right above this H4, and then my target is down to this level about 181, 89 pips. So that is it for those 5 pairs, guys. If you like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up. Yeah, that helps in a YouTube algorithm, and that helps to boost my channel, and comments which helps in YouTube algorithm. Thank you, and meet you in the next video.